Hello, Amazing Art students. Today we're going to work on the next step in our wave drawing by adding color, cool colors for the water and warm colors for the sky. Specifically today, you're going to have 3 colors of tempera cake, a very dark blue, a light blue, and a turquoise. These have already been wet a little bit for you, but you're going to want to continue to add a bit of water to the puck and gently move your brush around in it. The more that you move the brush around in the tempera cake, you're going to loosen up a little bit more of that pigment, and so you'll have a darker concentration, a darker color on your drawing. Now, I'm going to keep using this color, skipping around from section to section, the way that I did over here. I used a turquoise here, a light blue over here, and the darker blue over here, although you can see that I didn't get very much pigment. Over here you can see the dark blue is much, much darker. Also remember to leave the foam on the top of the wave wet and keep the water different shades of blue. So continuing to move over with this color, I think I'll add a little bit over here. And let's see, I'll add a little bit more over here. And now when my color is not spreading out very well, or my brush is just looking like it doesn't have very much more paint on it, it's just your brush's way of telling you that it's getting thirsty, needs a little bit more water, and it needs you to get a little bit more paint. And when you do that, you'll instantly get darker pigment, especially whenever you add more paint and more water. When you go to change colors, if you are starting here, let's say I want to finish this corner over here, so I'm going to use this light blue. And don't worry about when you make a little mess like that, because you're going to cover that right back up whenever it dries. I'm trying to keep my brush up on its tiptoes as much as possible rather than sliding the brush like this. That's going to damage these bristles on the side of your paintbrush, just making it less neat as you paint. So you want to keep the brush up on its tiptoes. I'm going to try to keep changing the color that I use, so I'm going to put a darker blue up here in the front. Again, moving around here in the tempera cake to try to get a darker concentration. I really like the way that looks. So I want to keep that consistent all the way across this little segment. Now, whenever I notice that the color is getting lighter or that the paint is spreading out more like this, then I know that my brush is telling me that it's thirsty. It needs me to come on over and get a little bit more water, a little bit more color, so that I can keep that color moving consistently across this whole section and without damaging the hairs on my brush. It looks like I need to have a little bit more color right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish up these empty spaces. Once you've got the whole thing done, you're going to want to clean up first by washing your brushes and storing them bristles up in the cup just the way you found them. You're also going to need to put your materials back, including the tempera pucks. You'll see a spot for them on the sink at the back counter, and these will go to the drying rack. Remember to hold it very, very flat and put it on the flat end of the drying rack. Good luck.